Have you ever stood in front of a mirror and asked yourself, who am I? Not just your name, your job, or your background, but deep inside, who are you really? In a world full of noise, opinions, expectations, and distractions, the question of identity is one that haunts millions. But the answer isn't found in popularity, success, money, or even your past. It's found in the heart of one who created you, Jesus Christ. Jesus doesn't define you by your worst mistake or your greatest accomplishment. He sees beyond your failures and beyond the mask you wear for the world. When others look at you and see what you've done, Jesus looks at you and sees who you can become. He sees the story that hasn't been written yet, and he invites you, not to religion, but to relationship, not to fear, but to freedom, not to shame, but to redemption. You might think your story is too messy. Maybe you've walked away from God. Maybe you feel disqualified. Maybe you've been abandoned, abused, misused, or betrayed. But here's the truth. Jesus specializes in broken people. The Bible is filled with them. Moses had a stutter. David committed adultery. Peter denied Jesus 3 times. Paul persecuted Christians, yet every one of them was used powerfully by God. Why? Because Jesus doesn't call the qualified, he qualifies the called. When Jesus walked this earth, he didn't go first to the temples or the rich. He went to the broken, the sick, the poor, and the rejected. He ate with sinners. He healed lepers. He touched the untouchable. His love shattered barriers, racial, social, religious, and even personal. And that same love is reaching out to you right now. Not tomorrow, not when you get your life together, but right now, in this very moment. He says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Rest, not just physical, but rest for your soul. Peace that doesn't make sense to the world. Hope that lights up the darkest places. A new beginning. Maybe you've been trying to be strong for too long, smiling on the outside but breaking inside, pretending like everything's okay while quietly drowning. Jesus sees you. Not the you that others see, but the real you, the one you hide. And he doesn't walk away, he walks in. You don't have to clean yourself up before coming to God. You come as you are, broken, tired, addicted, ashamed, angry. However you are, he meets you there. He came for the sinner, not the saint, for the sick, not the healthy, for the lost, not the perfect. The cross isn't a symbol of guilt, it's a symbol of grace. On that cross, Jesus took every sin, every shame, every fear, every failure, and he didn't stay dead, he rose again. Not just so he could have victory, but so that you could too. Resurrection isn't just a historical event, it's a personal promise. You can rise again. From depression, from addiction, from shame, from pain. You are not your past. You are not your pain. Have you ever sat in silence, feeling the weight of life pressed down on your chest like 1,000 invisible bricks? Have you felt unseen, unheard, or simply unloved? Maybe you've been surrounded by people, yet felt profoundly alone. It's in these moments, the still, heavy spaces, that Jesus leans in the closest. He doesn't shout from a distance. He whispers right next to you, "I am with you. I always have been. I always will be." This is not a fairy tale, not a distant religious concept. This is personal. Jesus isn't a historical figure trapped in ancient texts. He's alive. He's love incarnate. And he's walking right beside you. You see, many people know the name Jesus. They know about the miracles, water into wine, walking on water, feeding 5,000 with a boy's lunch. But fewer know his heart. Fewer understand that beyond the miracles lies the man who wept with his friends, who laughed with children, who reached out to the outcasts and made them family. He came for the broken, not the picture perfect. He touched lepers when others stepped back. He forgave prostitutes when society wanted to stone them. He sat at tables with tax collectors, thieves, and sinners because he wasn't interested in image. He was interested in souls. Jesus doesn't see people as problems. He sees them as stories waiting to be redeemed. And your story? It's not over. Think of Peter, the bold disciple who swore he'd never leave Jesus, only to deny him 3 times in one night. But Jesus didn't cast Peter away. After the resurrection, he met Peter where he was, back at his fishing boat, and restored him with 3 simple words. Do you love me? Jesus didn't hold Peter's failure against him. He used it as a foundation for grace. Or take Mary Magdalene, a woman once possessed by demons, shunned by society. She became one of Jesus' most devoted followers. She was the first to see the empty tomb, the first to proclaim, "He is risen." She wasn't forgotten. She was favored. That same Jesus who restored Peter and honored Mary looks at you and says, "I want your heart, not your perfection. I want your truth, not your act." He knows you, the real you, the one with doubts, the one with fears, the one who wonders if there's more to life than just surviving. Let me tell you this, there is. There is joy that doesn't depend on circumstances. There is peace that passes understanding. There is a love so strong it can't be shaken, not by mistakes, not by time, not by death. That love is Jesus. He walked dusty roads not for praise, but for purpose. He washed feet, healed wounds, shared meals and gave hope. And in his final act of love, he stretched out his arms on a cross and took on every